have to admit that one of these films I couldn't even finish, so I'm not really sure why it's been nominated, but welcome to my thoughts on the Best Animated Feature Oscar 2021 nominations. Welcome back, or if you are new here, welcome. My name is Katrina and I usually make bookish content here on this channel at least twice a week, and the movie reviews just at the weekend, but it's Oscars week, so we're getting it all done this week. I will leave my Oscars week playlist linked up above because I do have a couple of standalone reviews of some of the movies I'm going to be talking about, and in case you have missed any of my previous Oscars week content, in the description box below you will also find all of my social links in case you want to come over onto Instagram and give me a follow for my book reviews. Today we're going to be talking about animated feature. Some of these do have, well, one of these does have a special place in my heart. So let's talk about that one that I couldn't even finish. This was WOLFWALKERS on Apple TV. The only reason I have access to this is because I got a new iPad. Otherwise I wouldn't have been able to watch this one because it seems to just be on Apple TV. I was like, oh, it's got Sean Bean in it. I'm a big Sean Bean fan. Really love me some Sean Bean. However, that didn't save this film. Can't really tell you what it's about. There was somebody called Merlin, people were wearing capes, Sean Bean was there. At first I was like, oh, it's a bit like Brave. It's gonna be like Brave. No, I'm just gonna go and watch Brave instead. So not for me, do not recommend. Then we have a Shaun the Sheep movie, Farmageddon. Now I am a fan of Aardman animation. Wallace and Gromit I kind of grew up with. It's one of the first games that I got on CD-ROM for my PC when we first got a PC at home, and it used to crash all the time, but I can hear Wallace saying, oh, the bouncer's gone out of his bungee, and I watched The Curse of the Were-Rabbit in the cinemas. Shaun the Sheep, I remember being at school and everyone having a Shaun the Sheep backpack. However, I didn't really kind of get the point of this movie. I think that, again, had it not been 2021, this movie definitely would not have been nominated for an Oscar. I love the stuff that, they do, the stop motion animation, you really can't fault the animation. And this one incorporates some sort of alien space stuff in there too. Love the fact that when you have the sort of alien creature moving, you can see the fingerprints on their cheeks as they're moving. I really do like the style of animation. It's an okay kids film, but as a sort of best animated, yeah, it's not great. It's not really for me. And then we have one that looks like a sort of DreamWorks animation, and it does come from Sony, but it's the Sony 100% 360 digital stuff, so it's completely digitally animated, which is interesting. I like this one because of the kind of nod to Chinese festivals and the nod to family, and family being what you make it rather than just the parents you are born with. I like that aspect of it. Most of the reviews that I saw of this one talk about the fact that the beginning is lovely and the ending is lovely and the middle is just bonkers, and I would have to agree. Visually it's very nice to watch. I wonder what this one would be like, that middle section, watching it if you were drunk or high. I'm not going to do that as the experiment because I don't want to feel like that, but I wonder what that middle section would be like because it was quite trippy just watching it sober. This one does have a who's who of Asian actors in there, and I love that. I love the fact that it's got this tremendous cast, and I like being able to kind of listen and point out people, and it's got some interesting songs in it. It's I think it's marketed as an animated musical, so I think a Disney film is marketed as an animated musical. It's definitely a musical, and the animation is very nice. I couldn't tell you anything about the songs now, however. It was enjoyable enough. Again, it's definitely a Netflix release, like the Shaun the Sheep Farmageddon thing. would it have been nominated? I don't know. I like the fact that it's got, you know, this sort of story of some Asian heritage, and then it's got a fully Asian cast. I like what it's trying to do. That middle section needed a bit more editing. Like, it just was way out there, and we're sort of in space with a legend, and parts of that reminded me a lot of Up as well, which, if you know me, you'll know I'm not a fan. I'm the only person, I think, in the world that did not finish that film. However, I recently went back and rewatched WALL-E, which I walked out of the cinema from, so maybe Up is worth a rewatch. Let me know in comments what you think. Should I rewatch Up? Is it worth it? Because, yeah, not a fan. And then we have the 2 Disney and Pixar offerings, which I have a standalone review for both of these already, so that will be in the playlist. But let's talk about Soul first of all. Leave my review linked up above. I enjoyed this film. It is sort of the opposite of the Shaun the Sheep and Over the Moon, in that it's really not a kid's film, but I quite like that about it. I love the existential meaning of life thing. I have not rewatched it since we watched it on Christmas Day when it came out. However, I would totally rewatch it, and just sitting here and thinking about it now, I'm like, yeah, that could totally be worth a rewatch. I love the fact that this has also got a Best Song nomination. I like the fact that they've picked that out of there. I know often with like Frozen, it gets the Best Song nomination as well, and like Frozen 2, we get the Best Animation and Best Song. But, you know, I like the fact that even in this strange 2021 Oscars nominations that we find ourselves in, it gets a Best Song nomination too, because, you know, it's about music, and so I really wanted it to have something else to do with music in there. Tina Fey was fab. I loved the animated scenes of New York in this one, but as I say, I have a full review talking about this one. And then we have Onward, which should have been the last movie that I watched in cinemas before they closed on the 11th of March. However, I went to see something the next day, and that was silly of me. I should have just stopped at Onward and made that be the last film that I watched in cinemas. So I will leave my full review of Onward linked up above. All you need to know is that it's Chris Pratt and Tom Holland playing brothers in like a medieval world where it's just, oh, it's magical. I love the cast. I love the animation. I have not got Ollie to watch this one yet since it's been on Disney Plus, so maybe that's something that we need to do, or kind of like download to watch on our next road trip, because I thought it was really, really good. In terms of like my personal favorite of all of these films, I would say that Onward is my favorite. My prediction for what's going to win the Oscar is probably Soul, especially given the fact that it won the Golden Globe. I don't know, you know, I'm often so wrong about these things, but my pick is Soul. My personal like favorite film I would watch again and again is Onward. I like also what it has to say about found family, but, you know, Soul addresses the meaning of life. I like Onward just a little bit more than Soul, but I'm picking Soul as my prediction for Best Animated winner. Let me know in the comments which of these you've seen, which you liked, which you would pick, and also let me know what is your prediction for the Best Picture winner. I'm always interested to see what people think, especially in this kind of weird year. I will have more Oscars chat coming up for you, so I will leave my playlist in the end screen. Make sure you are subscribed and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on future bookish content, as well as more movie content coming from me. So yeah, I will be back with that Best Picture video for you, so I will see you then. Thanks for watching.